Y'all, I cannot even begin to describe how delicious this Torta Milanesa is. The chicken is so juicy, and the toppings pack so much intense flavor, making this a recipe you definitely don't want to skip. Now the first step that I never go without is I brine my chicken. With 1 clove of garlic, I combine 2 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of salt. The magic ratio for brining is about 1 tablespoon of salt to 1 cup of water, which is what I followed here. The next thing that I did is I butterflied my chicken. This was a humongous chicken breast. It was about like a pound. So I butterflied it into 2 pieces, which is more than enough for 2 people. If you do have smaller chicken breasts on hand, you can also use those, and you just want to make sure to just pad them thin. Now to make sure all the brining liquid went all the way throughout the chicken, I made sure to puncture some holes with a fork before adding it into my container. Then I just let the container sit out on my counter for about 3 hours before I started with the rest of the components of my sandwiches. After about 3 hours, I started making my breading for my chicken, so I combined 1 teaspoon each of chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and oregano, and about a pinch of cayenne pepper to about a half cup of flour, and then I stirred until combined. I did not add any salt to that mixture because the breadcrumbs that I was using are way too salty as it is. So into another bowl, I added, I would say, about another half cup of breadcrumbs. In addition to adding 1 teaspoon of chili powder and 1 teaspoon of oregano to this mixture as well. And then again, I just stirred like so. And on another plate, I made my egg wash using about 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water, and then I just whisked until combined, and then it was ready to start breading my chicken. First, I simply just pat my chicken down, making sure to get the water off of the outside so the flour mixture can stay on that side of the chicken better. Then I thought I would just tell you instead of showing you. I first dunked my chicken in the flour, then the egg wash, and then I put them in the breadcrumbs, then back into the egg wash, and then back into the breadcrumbs, and then I just put it on my air fryer tray. After breading my chicken, it looked like this, and then I just placed it in my air fryer for about 17 minutes, flipping it halfway through. If you don't have an air fryer, you can also put this in a conventional oven for 17 minutes at 425, flipping it halfway. Now onto the toppings. To make it easy on myself, I used 1 can of refried beans and then added them to a medium skillet on medium heat until they were warmed all throughout. I would say this took me about 5 to 7 minutes. And for 2 sandwiches, I cut up about 2 romaine leaves, half a Roma tomato, and half a avocado, but adjust where necessary. Then I started making a little sauce using non-fat Greek yogurt. I used about 2 tablespoons, the juice of half a lime, and some cut up chipotle and adobo. I used about 1 tablespoon worth. I just seasoned to taste with a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I heated up one of these humongous torta rolls in a pan on, I would say, medium heat, and then it was ready to assemble. I first started out by smearing a glob of my refried beans to the bottom of the bun before adding my chicken on top of that. And then I continued on by adding my lettuce, tomato, about 1/4 of an avocado, some salsa, some pickled jalapenos, and then I smeared the top bun with my chipotle sauce. And then I placed my bun on top of my sandwich, and then it was time to cut it in half because it's too big to bite on its own. And like I said earlier, this will be the best torta you have ever made at home, guaranteed. If you liked this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I had so much fun making this sandwich, and it's so delicious to eat, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Goodbye!